Hey everybody. Just checking my levels here. How's it going? I don't think there's anybody watching just yet, but it looks like everything is pretty good. And let me just do a desktop audio test. Okay. So, I hope you guys are having a great day. Today I am making more kombucha. And I don't know if you watched the stream the other day, but I was having some technical difficulties which have since been resolved. My audio situation, I have a lavalier microphone, which wasn't working before, and it seems to be working pretty well right now. So I'm not gonna like beat around the bush about it, so I'm just gonna get started. And I've made kombucha on the stream before. I have been doing it for over a year now, and it's not really a complicated thing, but it takes a lot of practice in order to figure out what it is that you're doing. It's one of the reasons why I like to stream it so much, is because a lot of people don't really know what's involved with making it on your own. But once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty easy. So I have already started, and I do have a beverage. It is not kombucha. It's just some fruit and mint infused water. Did you want to be on the stream? Come here, wee wee. Alright, cat ran away. She might come back. We'll see. The dog wants to be on the stream. Hi, buddy. Let me say hi, everybody. Say hi, we're making kombucha. Hi. There's nobody there. Yeah. There will be later, though. Why don't you go play? Go play. See you later. Okay, so I did start ahead of time. And basically what I did was I brewed 4 tablespoons of black Assam style tea. Hey, don't bark. No barking. In 4 cups of water. And then I steeped it for 6 minutes, and I strained it. And then I added a cup of sugar and let that dissolve. So hopefully it is dissolved by now. But it should be good by the time we get it all in the bottle here. So, like I was talking to you guys on the stream the other day, I actually have 2 containers of kombucha that I'm working with at the moment. And the one that I'm supposed to be doing today is this one, or this one, I can't remember. I'm supposed to be doing one of them, but I'm going to do both of them because one of them I was supposed to do last week, and I'm not going to refill that one because I just keep not doing it. So I'm going to go back down to just having one thing of kombucha because I just am not devoting the time to maintaining it. And I'm actually going to keep using this jar because I like it better, even though the other one has the thermometer on it and stuff. So I want to make sure you see everything here. It's pretty disgusting, but it is also cool. I know, I'm not making it sound really fabulous, am I? But anyway, so when you make kombucha, you want to make sure you sanitize all of your equipment, and you can use commercial sanitizers for that if you want, but the traditional way to do it is to use just regular white vinegar. And you also want to make sure that you sanitize yourself too, not just your equipment. So I have all of these dishes here, and I'm going to get the vinegar on my fingers before I start touching these scobies. So these things here are called scobies. They're pretty disgusting, but it's basically where the kombucha bacteria and yeast live while they're in the jar. Look at that, supreme close-up. Isn't that great? So you'll notice there's 2 of them here. So these, just so you know, are really healthy scobies. They're separate, but they're also really firm and they have yeast all over them. So that's a great sign. These themselves, these are not living organisms. This is just basically a collection of cellulose that the bacteria make. It's like a byproduct of the process by which the probiotics do their thing. I don't know if you can hear that fizzing, but it is very yeasty. It smells almost like bread. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sanitize some more equipment and then basically take all of this tea out and put it into bottles. And for this one, I'm just gonna use my small bottles first. And then do the big bottles for that one. So, for anybody watching, I hope you guys are having a pretty good day. I had an extremely busy day. I did work today. I worked for about 9.5 hours before coming home and cleaning up so that I could do this. And I don't always have days like that. I was just lucky today, I guess. But I got everything done that I needed to do. And I'm feeling pretty accomplished with myself, actually. Especially because MVP and MVP is another Twitch streamer here. We were out at our family's house. Not pretty late, but late for me. Playing Settlers of Catan, some sort of pirate expansion. And I probably didn't get to sleeping until like 10 o'clock. And then I had to wake up at 4. So I started the day off pretty tired, and then some people called out. We're already short-handed, so it was just a long day. And I'm glad that it's done, but I'm not angry about anything that happened, so that's good. So very much looking forward to coming home and doing this, because it definitely needs to be done. And I always enjoy sharing kombucha with everybody. If I had had time, I would have changed into this shirt that I have. That's really funny. It's from a company called Robber Barons Inc. And it's basically like the Coca-Cola logo, but it says drink kombucha on it instead. And I really like it. You know, I forgot to tweet about my stream starting. So I might take a minute and do that, because that could be why nobody's here. Oh, I don't have a cap for this. Oh well, that's close enough. So let me shuffle these around. Rinse my hands off for a second. I don't know if you guys caught the stream the other day, but we made a bunch of stuff, and if I still have time or energy after this show here, I'm going to be making that stir fry I was getting prepared on Monday for dinner, and I'll be posting a picture, maybe a little video of it on Twitter when I'm all done. Let's tweet real quick. You know what I would really like is more animated GIFs about kombucha, because I always use the one with Jimmy Fallon in it. And, I mean, it's great and everything. twitch.tv/clemcancook. Okay. Yeah, there's only like one GIF that's actually relevant to kombucha. I don't know, let's use this one. It's a flying saucer and it has something in a jar in it. Okay, cool. And now that that's done, we shall resume making kombucha. Alright, so like I said, I'm gonna pour all this kombucha into these bottles here. And then I'm gonna flavor it when I'm done. So, I mean, like I said, it's not a really, really complicated process. I do like to stir my kombucha jar before I start separating it. And the reason for that is because the yeasts have a tendency to stick to the bottom, or sink to the bottom. Oh, hey, Zeus. See, I knew that was part of the problem. I was in here doing my thing, and I'm like, why is there nobody in here? And it's because I forgot to tweet. So, welcome. How's my audio levels, Zeus? MVP did a really good job getting things set up. Sounds good. Perfect. So just to catch you up, I have 2 gallons of kombucha going at the moment that I'm going to bottle today, but I'm only going to be rebrewing for 1 gallon because I don't have time. I tried to do 2, but it's just not working. One of these has been sitting here for 4 weeks, and I know that it's probably going to be atrocious when I go to drink it. So, I'm giving up. I was going to start bringing it to work. Sorry for delay, was eating dinner. Pics in MVP's Discord. I'll have to go check it out. You know I like food. That's why we're here after all. Did you make something, or did you go out? I might sneeze, just so you're aware. Somebody should clip that. Oh, that was painful. Don't try to hold in a sneeze. It's not good for you. Ugh. Zeus says he made sausage bread. So, is the sausage bread, was it your entree, or was it like a side dish? Tell me more, because I've never heard about sausage bread. Ugh. So when you're filling your kombucha bottles, you can fill them up pretty far. But the only thing you want to be aware of is that, what's that called? What's that thing called? Carbonation. Carbonation happens. And basically, the more kombucha you have in the bottle, the more pressurized it's going to be. So if you add a lot of fruit, the bacteria is going to be very busy eating all the sugar out of it. It's going to produce a lot of gases. And you could have bottle explosions. I don't typically add a lot of sugar to my kombucha because it's really sweet the way that it is. But I mean, everybody has their preferences, and the longer that you age it to begin with, the less sweet it is. So, if I were smart, I'd be tasting this before bottling it. to see how sweet it actually is. But I don't really care. Zeus says it was the entree. We don't eat much around here. It's a medium onion, chopped and cooked until translucent. Translucent. Why can I not say that word today? Translucent. How about that? There we go. A pound of ground sausage, cooked and drained. Add salsa to bind, then stick in some store-bought dough and bake it at 350 till golden brown on top for 40-ish minutes. It kind of sounds like a meatloaf, but topped with bread. Or combined with bread. It sounds pretty good. However you know, determine what it is. I was just telling, oop, careful there. I was just explaining how, depending on how accomplished I feel at the end of this, I will probably be making the stir fry that I prepared veggies for on Monday for dinner. But I worked a lot today, not just for a long time, but also it was very hard. I was the only one who did the pallets today. Tofu bread might be a thing. It might be. We could always try it. So if you guys see the difference between these two, I think this is the one that I'm actually supposed to be bottling today. And it's much more active than the other one. So what happened is this jar, I started from basically like a kombucha cutting. So you can basically take these things here, the scobies, and some of this tea, set it aside, and then make another batch of kombucha with it, which is what we're going to be doing today, but I'm just going to be doing one instead of two. And this is much fizzier. So basically, this is my original batch that I've been brewing for over a year, and it's filled with all kinds of amazing bacteria and yeasts. And that other one is basically like 6 months old. So basically it only has half of its lifespan compared to this one. So what I was doing there, squeezing this, you don't want to squeeze it too much because some of the good juices and yeast and stuff are still going to be in there. And I'm going to be using one of those in my new batch. See how much more fizzier this one is? Can you hear it? Anyway. I guarantee you they're going to be pretty much the same in terms of taste because the other one wasn't as active. This one's been going for 3 weeks. The other one's been going for probably 4.5, maybe 5. But the amount of activity in the other one was considerably less. So I expect they're about the same in terms of their probiotic content. You see how yeasty this is? So many bubbles. It's gonna be so good. So good. Yeah, so the way I was doing it with these 2 batches is I was getting 3 weeks out of them, so they have less sugar and a higher probiotic content. But since I'm just going down to the 1, I'm going to be doing it every 2 weeks, just so that I still have a regular supply of kombucha. It just won't be as potent in terms of the probiotic value. I'd rather have some probiotics than, you know, like the ultimate amount. But that's just me. I don't necessarily drink kombucha just because it has probiotics in it, but it's also because I like it. It's really high in antioxidants and acetic acid, which is really good for your skin. So basically all of those things that people say apple cider vinegar is good for you can be applied to kombucha as well because it's high in acetic acid. And that's the ingredient that does it. I think I might need one more 16-ounce bottle. So if we have time, I thought it might be fun to open some of the really bad kombuchas that I've had hanging out in the refrigerator and seeing if they're tolerable. I thought that might be fun. Let me go grab one more bottle. Oh, you know what? I don't have another bottle. We're gonna have to use a mason jar. I forgot. See, this is the thing. So, I haven't been keeping up with drinking all of the kombucha, which is why I'm going down to just 1 gallon. So right now, in the refrigerator, so that got really bright. Thanks a lot, sun. I turned off the auto exposure on the camera because I'm so pale, I reflect light. I'm sure Rusty would love to take it off your hands. I've heard some people giving their dogs kombucha. It kind of, I don't know, kind of freaks me out a little bit. I mean, it's supposed to be good for humans, but I just feel like it might be too acidic for doggos. Alright, so that might be a little darker than it was before, but at least you're not being blinded. Is it good? Okay. I need a lid. Actually, I have heard about people making dog treats out of the scobies, like with a food dehydrator. And I haven't tried that myself, but I've heard people doing it before. Rusty likes some strange things. He, has unique tastes. Don't you, buddy? You have weird flavor tastes? He really liked, something that... It's okay, bud. Look out. Thumbs up. Yay. He really liked, buffalo sauce. MVP gave him like a little lick of some buffalo sauce off of the bottle the other day. I thought he was gonna freak out, but he just kind of licked his face for a little bit and then like looked at her like more. Crazy dog. Hey, buddy. Okay, so this is plenty to go ahead and start my next jar. 1 cup. Perfect. So this, I'm just going to put in the sink. Stay. Wow, of all the things, I know, right? You would think that a little dog, maybe he's a little sensitive. No. He loves weird shit. Huh. Do you want some treats? Why don't you come spin on the camera? Come sit over here. Alright, hold on. Treat break. And look at this, I'm walking into the other room, you can still hear me speaking. Look, I've grabbed the bag of treats. Come on, dog. Alright. You have to sit over here. Come sit. Come here. Come here. Sit. Stay. You guys, you can't see him. See, this is why I don't have a doggo cam. I'm using all 3 of my USB ports at the moment. Okay, come sit right here. Come here, come here, come here. He's not gonna come on camera, guys, I'm sorry. How about we do this? Don't lose them under the oven. Anyway, this interlude brought to you by dog. Oh, and now the cat's coming. I don't have any treats for you, honey bear. I'm making kombucha, you guys. This is not dog and cat trick hour. Oh well. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna finish the bottling or brewing part. We're gonna finish the brewing part. So I have my jar, and I'm gonna pour in the tea that I made with the sugar. And there's actually a little bit of undissolved sugar at the bottom, so I'm just gonna scrape that in here. Did you get your treat? You got it? Okay, bye. Now I'm gonna fill it with water, and usually I do use tap water because I'm on city hookup, but I usually let it sit out so the chlorine evaporates, and I didn't do that today because I forgot to do it yesterday. And my sink is full of dishes. It's not Porchy, actually. She's just a beggar. She doesn't really like treats, but they'll probably both come in here if I ask them to. Okay. So I just filled this thing up. I eyeballed it. You're supposed to do 8 cups of water. But that looks about right to me. Because I've measured it before, I kind of have an idea of where the water line is supposed to be. So now what I'm going to do is add more vinegar. Just a tablespoon. And that's to keep the pH of the kombucha within the range that mold will not grow. I know I'm making it sound so amazingly delicious. But there you go. And I still have not fixed my problem with the test strips, the pH test strips I have being kind of inaccurate. But as long as they're close to what I'm looking for, I feel pretty safe about it. I've never had a batch go bad, and I think part of that is because I diligently add the vinegar and test for them. See, it's between 4 and 5. In fact, I think it's pretty much at the 4 level, and that's perfect. So this is the first time that these have been accurate for me. So I think maybe it is because I've been aging it for so long, but I don't know. Actually, now that I think of it, I haven't even added the starter tea to that. And honestly, I don't remember if you're supposed to do it before or after. You guys, I've had such a long day. Oh, okay. So I'm just going to put my starter tea in. Add one of these scobies. If I really wanted to, I could basically keep these scobies and give them to other people. And I might do that. You can drain off more of this liquid. Watch how much liquid is going to come out of here. Just from them sitting for a little while. Oh, and I got it all over the place. Okay. I've actually been thinking about dehydrating these, and the only problem is that it's going to smell like vinegar for like 24 hours as all the liquid comes out of them. And I'm not sure how MVP would feel about that. She hates the smell of kombucha. We used to have it in the living room because the kitchen was so full of stuff. I've gotten rid of so much stuff from the counters in the kitchen to make sure that I don't keep it anywhere near the office, just because she used to complain about it so much. But that's it. I'm done with the brewing portion. And basically all that's left in the bottling portion is to add things for flavoring, which is a completely optional step. But I like to do it because I like flavors. I know a lot of people who are just like, pour 1 gallon into a gallon-sized jar and let it sit for 2 more weeks. And I'm like, no thanks. I want fizzy kombucha that tastes like berries. Please and thank you. Okay, done with that. Now for the fun part. Come on. Okay. So I have a lot, and I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of eyeball some stuff. So this is hibiscus leaves. I'm just gonna add some in there. This will probably only make it change color. It might not give it any flavor. What the heck. I'll just use all of them. And I think I'm gonna put some cranberries in that one too, just for funsies. Hibiscus cranberry. And my lid. Come on. So now the fun part is finding a home for all of these jars and bottles. Yum, cranberry. Yeah, I've done cranberry lime, cranberry apple, cranberry by itself. They're all pretty good. You know, I think before I was putting them up here. I don't know who's calling me. Oh well. You guys, I don't have any room left in my kitchen. Okay. Well, this potato's done. Goodbye, potato. I'm gonna make cold brew later, so we'll just take that out. Let's just put it down here. Okay. So I think with this one, I'm just gonna put a bunch of blueberries in here. You don't really need a whole lot of add-ins for flavors. We'll just do 1/8 of a cup of blueberries. And I'm just gonna have to drop them in here with my fingers, because they definitely won't fit through a funnel. And let's do this. Fancy hand funnel. So Zeus, do you have like a summer job or anything? Rusty, look out. That you do when you're home? Or do you just take the time to relax? Okay, baby. Nope to the summer job. I don't blame you. Jobs are kind of gross sometimes. I'm also going to do all of these short bottles with the same flavor because I really like elderberries. Next year is gonna probably be an internship somewhere within the field. That's exciting. Good for you. And I'm just gonna do like a 1/4 teaspoon. So these are dried elderberries. And I tried them out one time. I really liked the flavor, so I stocked up. And whenever I don't know what to do for kombucha, I just add a little bit of those now. Just kind of gives it a little depth. It's not an overwhelming flavor by any means. Some people think they taste like cough syrup because a lot of people take elderberry syrup when they're sick. Are you okay, kitty? What's the matter? Oh my gosh, look at the sun, man. I already turned the exposure down. Welcome to streaming from the kitchen. I mean, I could try auto exposure for now, but that's gonna mess everything up. Oh wow, there's a really gross spider running across my computer screen. You know, it was probably stuck to the table that I'm using because it was outside. That's just fabulous. Wow. It's so gross. Maybe I can catch it with the Snappy and I'll show you. Oh no, there's already a bug in the Snappy. I don't know if you guys know what a Snappy is, but it's this little thing you catch bugs with, and then you throw them outside. So, bug number 1. Rusty just went outside by himself. Don't! Oh, man. Come on, man. I'm trying to be nice to you. Come here. I got him. Here, let me see if I can get it close up. He's a creeper. Blah. Did you want to come back inside? Come on. Man, there's just all kinds of interludes today. We've got doggo interludes, cat interludes, bottle interludes, and bug interludes. Who would have thought? Even no spider showing, please. I used to have spiders in Texas that I allowed to live inside of the apartment because we had so many bugs. It was ridiculous. So I've lived in a lot of different places, and I just have to tell you that no matter where you live, you're gonna hate something about it. So like, Texas was filled with bugs, and sometimes the weather was so bad, like, you couldn't go outside. Also, I had allergies for about 4 months out of the year, so that wasn't great. But in comparison, up here, it's cold, like, all the time. And I'm not really crazy about that. So, I mean, yeah, complaining, whatever. I would say that I don't like to complain, but I complain a lot. So if I don't like it, I'm just, I don't know, a jerk. Zeus, have you guys ever lived anywhere else? I'm gonna do lemon ginger in these. I don't really have any specific measurements. So this is kind of like over 2.5 bottles. And I usually do a tablespoon and a 1/4 teaspoon. So I think I'm gonna do a half and 2 tablespoons. And I'm not going to add any sugar this time. Because it's probably sweet enough. Oh, I don't know if 2 tablespoons is going to fit. 1 tablespoon it is. This bottle is a new type of bottle that I've been trying out, and it has 2 seals on it at the moment because it wasn't airtight and it wasn't carbonating at all. But the 2 seals seem to be working much better. I'm out of room. I'm out of room. These bottles don't fit in the cupboard down there. Okay. Okay, so we got one more. What are we gonna do? Man. Oh, I have some mint outside. I can put some mint in there. It's time for a mint interlude. Mint interlude. Why are you barking? Did you want to come outside? Come here, buddy. Let's go back inside. Come on. Check out this mint that I just picked from my herb garden on my porch. I'm just gonna wash it and then put it in, just like this. I actually have some of that in the water that I'm drinking right now. This is probably going to be really hard to take out, but maybe it'll deteriorate as it ages. Yummy. So when you're coming up with flavor combinations for your kombucha, it's a good thing just to remember that it is tea. So sticking with flavors that go good with tea is a good idea, but also it's sour. So you have to come up with like a happy medium between like a bitter flavor and a sour flavor, but also making it fruity. I guess it is an art form, but I don't know. I just kind of play around with it and go from there. So we're pretty much done. I do think it would be fun to taste some of the things that have been growing in my refrigerator for a few months. So let me put these frozen fruit items away, and I'll grab a couple bottles out of the refrigerator to strain and drink, and you can watch me make hideous faces at them. It'll be so great. And it's 4:38. So it really doesn't take that long. The whole process doesn't take more than an hour once you know what you're doing. Okay, let me grab a couple of those, and I'll show you what they look like after they've been sitting in your refrigerator for a couple months. And that, by the way, is not recommended. Okay, so look how clear this is. So basically, my thoughts are that it probably, all of the sugar and caffeine was eaten out of this by the bacteria, and it's just like lifeless vinegar stuff. And the same thing with this one. This one, I think I put some dried mint in. Look at all these leaves that are in there. So we'll see. I also am thinking that they're not gonna pop. So let's see what happens. Okay, that popped a lot. Maybe, woo! I think maybe this one might have turned to alcohol. Let me get another filter. is gonna end really badly. I'm pretty sure. Oh my god. Look out, baby. I'm scared. Look at how clear it is. I'm just gonna stick my finger in it. It's actually very sweet. That is really, really bad. Just so you know, kiddos, it's very important to not leave your kombucha in the refrigerator for a few months. This one I'm not even going to be able to open. This is one bad thing about using mason jars for your kombucha, is that with the metal lid, it gets really stuck. Come on, man. Ouch. I switched to using plastic lids because I was afraid of them rusting with you reusing them so much. But they don't stay sealed. Like, they'll keep things out, but they won't keep the carbonation in to the same extent. So it's almost like you're not brewing anything. You're just steeping it for longer. I might have to just throw this one in the dumpster. I can't get it to come off. Alright, well, we'll try some more. Trust me, I have a lot of them in here. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because we're like out of space for things we actually want to drink, like beer and cider and kombucha that isn't 3 months old. Okay, so I've just got, actually I've only got a few more in here. That's amazing. These bottles do take up a lot of space though, if there's a lot of them in there. So that looks like another lemon ginger one. And that looks like turmeric. Yep, that smells really horrible too. This one is actually pretty good. I would consider this drinkable. So I'm gonna drink it right now. I guess maybe they weren't all really old. But I guess that'll do it then. We're gonna be done. Because that's the only bottle I have left in there that's not really new. So I'm just gonna put it back in there until I'm ready to try it out. Yeah, it's lemon ginger, so it is one of my favorites, Mr. Zeus. Yeah, other than that, there's one other questionable bottle. One bottle I know I did a couple weeks ago, and then one that's really, really new. It's pretty good. Yeah, so that's it. I think I'm gonna call it a day. And thank you for coming. Oh, there's some on the floor. You want to try it, Rusty? You're stepping in it, honey. Right here. Rusty seems to like it. You like kombucha, Rusty? He doesn't hate it. Alright, well, come here, baby. You want to say goodbye? Come here. Say hi, Zeus. Bye, Zeus. We're gonna go. Thank you for coming. And I don't remember the next day that's on my schedule, but it won't be for a little while. It might actually be on the 13th, which is my birthday. So we'll probably just hang out and have drinks and play a board game or something. We haven't tested out the streaming from the living room situation, but we'll probably work on that this weekend. So bye, everybody. Say bye, Rusty. Bye, Rusty.